welcome to another live
Good
show
morning.
here on the Daddykirbs farm. It is so wonderful to have you here with me this morning. We've been sitting here enjoying just conversation and coffee and tea. I'm sure she's drinking coffee. I'm with the tea right now, and I know you probably came here to see Mamakirbs. She'll be with us soon, but she does Mama Curb stuff in the house and taking care of Luke and whatever. So she'll be out here in just a few minutes. But I wanted to go ahead and get this show started. You are watching a live show, Saturday morning live show on the Daddykirbs farm. Unless you're watching it not on Saturday morning, then it's in replay. Thank you for joining me, even in replay. It is such a pleasure sharing my story with you, and I love watching the chat and seeing the chat afterwards, going back and reading it, and knowing that this community is growing and bonding and loving each other. I truly, truly do appreciate being a part of what you guys are making special. So, Kate's with me on moderation this morning, like most weeks. We are. I just lost my thought. That happens sometimes. So last week we were at the Nectar Bar. By the way, she gave me this really, really cool bag, reusable grocery carry-all kind of bag, and that was a lot of fun. So if you haven't seen the show from last week, go back and watch that because Drake and special guest also my brother from California, sharing his story as a science teacher and also a nature lover. So I would love for you to catch up on that, ask questions, and if you have questions for Drake, the butterfly lady, and or my brother, please go ahead and post those, and I'll make sure that those questions get seen. If you have questions for Kate, you can ask those here or in replay in the comments below because Kate has an interesting story as well that she loves to share. She's going to share a lot more of it because she's working on creating a YouTube channel. After a while of being around my channel and just wanting to explore sharing some of her passions, she will be creating. The channel's already created, right? But they're working on getting some video editing software, and that's coming hopefully soon.
Hopefully. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
That's up to the hubby.
up to her husband to get that video editing software in place and get her story edited. She does a lot of really cool kitchen stuff, food preservation, canning, dehydrating, recipes, all kinds of cool stuff. Fermenting, all that. And with a really cool special guest chef who stands about this tall and is blue and gold and comes in the form of a macaw. And
One of three.
One of three macaws in her house. And Gandhi is a special guest chef.
Yes.
All right. Lots of good chat already going on. Nice bling. Where's my bling? Wheat Tree's talking about my bling. All right, so we do. Oh, happy anniversary! Thank you very much. When Mamakirbs comes out, I'm so glad she lets me call her Mamakirbs. She resisted that for a very long time, but finally gave in. She's like, "Fine, all right, I can be Mamakirbs." But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about our anniversary and our 22 years together. It's been a great journey, and yeah, we'll talk more about that when she comes out here.
You guys are just babies.
Ah, babies. It's all relative. It's all relative. For me, 22 years feels like a good run.
It is. Let's keep you running.
That's right. Got to keep running.
Apparently Espen's on one.
Apparently something's happening that makes people talk about Espen. I can see it's buffering.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I like
a
the
bummer.
look on your face when you're
I know.
buffering. That's your pirate face.
I do have a pretty good pirate face. I have dressed up as a pirate on 2 occasions for Halloween. I like Halloween dress up, not because it's Halloween, but because I like just dress up. I like costumes. I couldn't remember what it was called. And so I have 2 pirate costumes that I made myself. And they are... You coming into the show, Luke? Come on in, big guy. All right, Luke's going to join us. He's going to sit right here. Come on in. Hey, wait. Stand up here. Come up here. Let me pull the chair up. There we go. Now you can sit. There we go. Oh, Happy's birthday is Talk Like a Pirate Day. That's awesome. I need to. Now I will never forget your birthday. Of course, I have to go look up when is Talk Like a Pirate's Day, but we do have a few questions that I can go ahead and answer before Mamakirbs joins us. You can see Luke with his really cool Star Wars shirt. Many people think that Luke is his middle name is Skywalker, which would have been really cool because I've always loved Star Wars. And Star Wars was part of the motivation for him getting his name, but he did not get Skywalker as a middle name.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 10 people say good morning to Luke since he came on screen.
Can you say good morning? Tell him. You don't want to? Okay. Look at all those people talking to you, Luke. There's Adriana. Uh-oh. We need Mamakirbs out here. Adriana can't stay long. Look. Oh, come on. Adriana says she only has a small window of opportunity before she has to go. Hey, Ronald made it into the show. Ronald, I wrote a note, actually, to send you a text and tell you that I'm watching you, and I'm so glad to see you. And thank you very much for being a great supporter and friend of the Daddykirbs farm and sharing with the super chats. So thank you very much. All right, all right, you need to sit up a little bit, sweetheart. Darling. There we go. Now that's a picture. Look, can you wave? Look at him, wave.
Hold your hand up like that.
Come on, now, don't make me the only one waving.
Come on. Hold your hand up like that. Higher.
Liz Gore says good morning.
Liz said good morning.
Liz said good morning. Liv or Liz?
Liz.
Oh, Liz.
Liz Gore.
Liz was partying with Luke last night.
That's right. There she is. See, Adriana's talking to you, honey. All right, so Mamakirbs already said she wasn't going to pay attention to chat because it's too hard to read the chat and talk as well. But it's going to be difficult for her to not pay attention to chat if she wants to look at herself in the camera because she's behind the chat. Actually, you guys can't see that. All right, so let's talk about some of the things, just in case you don't have all the time in the world, and Luke probably doesn't want to sit here all morning. So let's talk about some of the things that other people want to hear about. And the number one of the top questions every week is, how's Luke? People are very interested in Luke and his progress and what's going on. So first of all, hey Luke, can you tell everyone here, you see all those people right there? Do you see them? Who are you looking at over there? Oh, Jennifer's here. Oh, okay. Hey, can you just tell them how you are? Can you look in the camera and say how you're doing? How are you doing?
Yeah, he's too busy waiting.
How are you?
Massage.
How are you?
Good. Luke is good. There's the short answer. All right, so Luke, is she ready?
She's walking in.
Okay, go ahead and go. And then we'll answer that question. We'll let Mama answer that question.
Can you tell everybody bye? Can you look at the camera and say bye?
Just wave to him and say bye. Okay.
I'll go help.
All right. You're leaving me again?
I'll be back. I gotta help him.
All right. All right. She's going to go get her coffee, go get Luke settled, and she'll be back. Oh, I forgot to turn my... hold on, guys. Sorry. Turn my notifications off. There we go. Drake. It's Drake's fault right now. I'm telling you. Drake sent me a message. And so that ding or buzz or whatever you guys hear on your side is Drake's fault. So you guys can let Drake know. I haven't read her message yet, but I can see that she did send me a message. Drake the Butterfly Lady, just in case anyone's not aware of who that is. Again, go back and look at the Nectar Bar version of the live show last week. I called it the Butterfly Lady's Garden. And yeah, it was really cool that she was able to share some of her stories, some of her passion, and just talk about pollinators and butterflies and all those really cool things that she talks about. So we're going to let Mamakirbs come back and talk about how's Luke. But in the meantime, I will answer the question, how are the bees? Because I know that is a very popular question. And it's interesting. There was a bee right there. It just flew in front of me. Yesterday, I went and took some honey off the hives. And it looks fantastic. But I'm not so sure the video is going to turn out very well. This is the camera that I record most of my YouTube shows on. And there's one thing, there's a challenge with using this camera, and it's an operator malfunction. It's my fault. But right here on the back is a switch to turn the microphone on. So you can have the camera on, like I just now had it on, probably ruining my battery. You can have the camera on, but the microphone's not on. And sometimes you start recording, you get 5 minutes into a video and you realize, oh, there's no audio. Because as long as this microphone is plugged into the side, there's nothing being recorded as far as audio goes unless this is turned on. So yesterday at the beginning of my episode out at the bee yard, the apiary, I didn't have this turned on. So I'm not sure how that video is going to turn out. And then at the end, and I'm not sure where it cut off, the battery in this died. And then there were several other things that just made it really difficult to make a video out of that. But I might still get a video out of it. I need to go look at the footage. I haven't done that yet. So, but how are the bees? They are doing fantastic. They're filling the hives up with bees and honey. There was so much honey on the top of those hives. There was a lot of brood. Now, this time of year, a lot of times here in South Texas, the brood nest actually starts getting smaller because the available resources start going away because of the hot summer. But we have had some rain, and I noticed yesterday, oh, that breeze feels good.
Doesn't it? Feels wonderful.
Catch the breeze. Yeah. I used to work in construction, and every time a cool breeze came by, everybody would stop and put their arms up because it just felt so good, and it's a nice break from working in the hot sun. So yesterday, what was I talking about? In the bees, I was doing the bees, and oh, the brood nest gets smaller. But we have had some rain, and yesterday I was out doing something else, and I heard some buzzing, which is typically springtime when there's a lot of flowers. You hear the bees buzzing, and I heard that noise, and I was like, oh, where's it coming from? And I got to looking, and I'm trying to remember a hackberry. The spiny hackberry. I have some spiny hackberry that's grown to full size on the side of the property over here, and it's putting on little baby flowers, and the bees were going nuts. So with the rain and the hackberry and other things possibly come,
The honeybees from my hive seem to really like the moringa tree blossom.
yes.
I've got 5 moringa trees. They're all blossoming, and they were just covered with bees a couple of days ago.
That is exciting. I would like to see a lot more moringa growing around here, because a lot of insects I've noticed love the moringa flowers.
And I'm going to get those 5 in the garden, in the ground this fall. And then next year, I'm going to start taking cuttings and rooting them.
Nice. Now, I had so far 0, I'm not saying you can't, but my cuttings didn't do any good from the moringa. I did grow.
Seed.
I'm sorry?
Maybe I should use the seed.
Yes. Use it. If you get flowers that turn into seed pods, let them mature all the way and save those seeds. And because I had almost 100% success with seeds. But cuttings, for whatever reason, did a little reading on the moringa tree cuttings. The tree has to be nearly an inch big around diameter for that cutting to work. And it has to be like 3 feet long. It takes a much bigger cutting of moringa to be successful. Because I was doing typical, 1/4 inch, 8 inch long cuttings like you would for a mulberry or something like that. And yeah, it didn't work out for the moringa. And Tim says, I have a lot of moringa seeds. Grows like a weed here in Southwest Florida. I lost my established tree to Hurricane Irma. Well, grow some more, buddy, and if you have excess seeds, send them to Kate and I because we'd love to
Yeah.
get them established here in Texas.
I would love some more moringa.
Oh, and Tim's got to go. He's going to work. It's good to see you this morning, Tim. I'm glad you were able to join us. And we'll see you again in the show next week. And also in the family group and in Facebook and other places. But it's very good to see you here in the live show. All right. Now, I have not been keeping up with chat so far. I've been trying to just keep up with myself, which is not always easy. We did get a list. So at the beginning of the show, We Tree Bonsai is on moderation. She's been a huge help in keeping the show running smoothly and family friendly and all those things. And she, Kate and We Tree both, all my moderators are amazing, but those two especially have been a little slice of my brain. They've helped me just keep up with myself, keep up with the show, and make sure that I'm providing what you guys are interested in. So at the beginning of the show, We Tree Bonsai said, here's a few things you need to think about. And she said, so the seed carousels, let me read the list and then we'll talk about each one. The seed carousels, so don't forget about those. Talk about Luke, talk about the bees, talk about the horses and the garden, and blame Espen for all outages. So, there you have it. It's official from the moderation team. Espen is to blame. He's not here yet, is he? Is Espen in the show?
I haven't seen him yet.
No, we did have one short buffering, so we blamed Espen, but I don't think he's in the show yet. It doesn't matter if he's here or not. We're going to blame him anyway. All right. So the seed carousels, just so you know, we have not completely forgotten about them. But it is quite normal for me to forget about things that are not directly in front of me. And so, oh, there's Kitty. Which one is that?
What are you looking
Oh,
for?
Fiona. She's in the background.
Oh, okay.
Such a pretty cat. And the kittens that we had, Annie is the kitten's mama. But the kittens have adopted Fiona as, we call her Aunt Fiona now because the kittens absolutely adore. When you don't want to say absolutely adore, you can just shorten it and say absolutely. Absolutely adore Fiona. All right, so I distracted myself with the thought squirrels.
You're talking about the seed carousel.
Seed carousels, yes. So we haven't completely forgot, but we do sort of forget. I forget. Kate actually sent me a message saying we need to figure this out so we can get them going. So that needs to happen. I have everything packaged up. I just need to make sure.
I've got my seeds here today.
Okay. So maybe today we can get the family box packaged up and sent.
Okay.
I mean, even if you leave it with me, I'll run it to the post office.
I have my little list of addresses and names and who wants what right here.
Very good. Very good. So the family seed box should go out today. And the first recipient is on the family box?
I have to look on the spreadsheet.
Oh,
Hold on
okay.
a minute.
Well, we'll figure that out. But, yeah. And then we have a few other seed things. Oh, by the way, speaking of seeds, another thought squirrel. I was...
Mary, no, I don't have Mary's. I'll have to compare the spreadsheet with the list in my book to be sure who gets it first. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I think I saw a squirrel pop up. We did. Trish. Thank you, Trish. Trish is, and she's matching Ronald. Hey, Ronald, next time do $100. Let's see if she'll do that. Just kidding. Trish, you are an amazing friend and supporter of the Daddykirbs farm. You guys really do make, just being here and sharing your story and sharing your personalities makes doing this a lot of fun. But sharing in the resources helps keep the show going. It really does, because there's a lot of just things that needs to happen. And there's something about getting just a little bit of money for your efforts that helps you want to go on and do it, because I put a lot of time into creating the YouTube shows, the live shows, the Steam It, all those things. And I will do it for nothing, but getting a little something just helps me want to keep going. So thank you very much for doing that. And my Patreon supporters, bless you. Every month, those all those small donations from all the Patreon supporters equal a decent amount. I think it's right around $300 a month now that I'm being supported by my Patreon patrons. I wasn't sure how to say that. My patrons are supporting me at around $300 a month now, and that really goes a long way to providing the camera equipment like this camera right here that I needed to produce my YouTube shows, the audio equipment, the tripod that my cell phone is sitting on right now, and even my cell phone. When I upgraded this time to the Galaxy Note 8, I chose to upgrade to it instead of whatever was next after the where I was before, because it does have some features that would help me continue to do some of the social media stuff and all that. And the Patreon money was the motivation to say I can go ahead and upgrade that and make the show and the production even better. So and this phone has made doing these live shows really nice because it's got a nice big screen. Steam It, through sharing my story, my videos on Steam It, I am making a group of friends in Venezuela, and so my story is encouraging people down there, and they are really, really having a tough time. Their country, the government, the economy, it's a mess, and they're having a really tough time down there. So it's really nice to be able to share my story and reach people all over the world. I was just sharing with Kate that there are people now literally all over the world, but just to name a few: Australia, the UK, Costa Rica, Venezuela, Singapore. Xavier here from Singapore. Just places all over have my story has reached them, and they're reaching back through comments and whatever, and it's just a really fun experience to be a part of that. So thank you guys for being a part of it, and thank you to my patrons for helping to encourage me and keep me going, to provide the resources that I need to keep going. All right, let's see. Are there any other questions? Food forest permaculture. I am back. Yay. Did you leave? See, that's how good I am. Let's see. It's getting warm now, isn't it? We had a nice
breeze.
We had a nice breeze this morning, and that sun is starting to peek through the leaves. You can see it on our faces, and it's starting to warm up.
The next just signed in.
Hey, all right. The Nectar Bar, Miss Drake. And I am so far behind in
Ronald
chat.
wants to know if you still have the pig.
I do have the pig. You know, it's very interesting. I really should do a video about the pig, because most of you know the story about how she just showed up and moved in. But since she's been here, she must have been running around on her own trying to forage for food for months, because when she showed up, she was rough looking. And now that she's had a comfortable place to sleep and a mud hole and some water, pools of water, and a regular routine food. The first few days she was here, we didn't have pig food, so I didn't even know what pig food was except, slop. But she got some of the cat food, and she loved that, but we didn't want to keep her on that forever. So I did go and get some food, and she's been eating that for a while, and yeah, her coat, her skin and coat is looking really nice. She looks like a really pretty pig, except her eyes and ears. She needs a face washing is what she needs, but she doesn't really like to be touched, so I don't think she'll let me wash her face. But anyway, yes, I keep looking over here because I can see the pig right through here. Right now she's chilling out. She still has her limp. So something at some point happened to her leg and she's still limping. It's not bad. She gets around fine, but yep, still have the pig. That was a long answer for do you still have the pig? Hey, Adriana Martinez says, are there any Daddykirbs t-shirts? I'm glad you asked because now YouTube has teamed up with Teespring, the company Teespring, which produces printed swag. I like that word. Robert introduced me to that word. Kilted Gardener. You can go underneath most of my videos now, and maybe even under this one right now. Somebody can let me know if that's true. There should be a shelf. They call it a merchandise shelf. And you should see there's only 4 things. I just put up 4 items that has my logo, this logo right here. And it's a t-shirt, a bag, kind of like the Nectar Bars bag right here. I gotta get it turned around so you can see. So it's a carry bag like this. That's the Nectar Bar. Beautiful, beautiful logo there. Also a mug and a sticker. Is that it? Maybe that's it. By the way, I put the sticker on there because I wanted a sticker to compare it to the ones that I make. Teespring is selling the stickers for $6. I know that's a lot. And it's, I'm not sure of the quality, but we'll see. As soon as somebody gets their sticker, let me know how the quality is. The quality of stickers that I produce through so I'm a graphic designer, if you don't know, and I work with a guy, I call him my print guy. And he runs a printer that makes beautiful, beautiful prints on vinyl and all kinds of material. But the stickers that I produced are on vinyl and really high quality stickers. Do you still have yours? Yeah. Hey, can I lift your cup up? There you go. So this is a sticker that I've produced, and it's a super duper high quality sticker. And I'm very curious to see the ones from Teespring. But yes, t-shirts. Soon
Happy's ordered t-shirt and stickers already.
Yay, thanks, Happy. I ordered a t-shirt as well, so next week in the show I should be wearing my... Yeah, honey, I spent money. Mamakirbs is back. She didn't know I spent money on a t-shirt. So, now you're back in the show. So yes, next week I'll be able to tell you firsthand. Hopefully it arrives. I think it's supposed to be here next Wednesday. And I'll be able to tell you if, is it a nice comfy t-shirt and the quint print quality. See, I got going too fast and I can't talk. Plus I start. She knows what I'm going to do. I lose my train of thought when I see such beauty.
Mr. Rain says hello, Mamakirbs.
Hi there.
I think she likes my compliments, but I embarrass her.
Yes.
I embarrass you. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to keep up with the chat. Sorry, guys. You guys are really, really going on with the chat, and I love that. I wish I could read it all right now, but I can't. So I will catch up. I do go through and read it in replay.
Aww.
So, all right.
According to Wholesome Roots, you're a beautiful woman.
Oh,
Wholesome
dang,
Roots.
I'm really embarrassed.
Hey, if you want to see her really smile big, everybody's got to tell her she's pretty.
Stop.
All right, all right. Okay, so you're here, and I don't know how much long, if you can be here for the whole show. So we're going to get to one of the questions that I want answered, because Luke answered his question, how is Luke? And often I answer the question, how is Luke? And I don't answer it from a mama's perspective, and it's a different perspective. You guys know, mamas and daddies, it's just different. So I would like for Mamakirbs to answer, how is Luke? And on top of that, how is Mamakirbs? Because some of the recent challenges with Luke have been exhausting. I know that. And I would like to hear your story, your version.
I think Luke is doing good. We're finding that normal again. That's been hard to do. But he's doing good. His breathing is going well, so I'm real happy about that. Tuesday, he's going in to have his tube switched out to the Mickey button, so that will be a new thing. I'm hoping that will make life a little easier.
Can I clarify? So the feeding tube, as it comes when you first get it, from his belly is an actual tube that hangs out 6 inches or so. And
sometimes that gets snagged and we're like, oh, don't come out.
yeah, and it is a risk that it's possible that it could get pulled out. So the feeding tube tomorrow or Tuesday, will be switched out to what they call a button. And the button is really just that. It sits closer to his belly and it doesn't have a tube that comes out. Something we'll plug into, I'm guessing. We haven't done it yet.
We'll be taught.
We'll be taught how that works, but yeah, okay.
And then right now he's got a mesh band that goes around to hold it in place against his skin, and that really bothers him with sensory. And then when he takes his shirt off and he's at the pool, people see that, and so that would be nice not to have that anymore. I just don't like anesthesia, so
yeah.
So
no fun.
So Tuesday won't be fun for the anesthesia, but it'll be nice to have that low profile feeding thing. But he's doing well with the feeding. He actually says it's time to get hooked up, and he knows how to he knows the steps, but we stand behind him and say, okay, clamp, unclamp, push that button. So it's nice to see his brain processing all of that.
And using his fingers.
Yes, because you have to use your fingers, and so we like that. And last night he slept really well, which is a wonderful thing, because but at night the feeding tube sometimes will beep, and we're up at 4 in the morning turning it off, figuring out what's happening, or he'll say, it leaked, and then he's in a pool of food, and we're like, okay, get up, turn on the light, and put a towel down and clean him up. And so those are the hard nights when you wake up the next day and it's like, it's 7 o'clock already.
Yeah.
But he looks so much better since you've been doing that. He looks healthier, and he's put on weight, and he looks happier.
He has put on weight slowly.
Well,
so,
yeah, but
he does. He looks
he's
not so
better.
Gaunt.
Mm-hmm.
So we're happy about that.
Yeah, he's definitely looking better and reacting a little more to things, not quite
Processing a little faster.
Processing a little faster, yes.
So in all, I think it's going good.
And there you have it. How's Luke from Mama's perspective? So how's Mama?
Tired.
And the short answer. But it's the true answer.
Oh my goodness. We have a whole herd of chickens coming over. And one duck.
Yeah. He lives with the chickens now.
Did you open that?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, I think we've got an odd man out here in the group.
One duck that lives with the Silkies, he was being a little rough to the other ducks, right? Is that why? Or were they being rough to him?
They were picking on him, so he found his new friends.
Yep. Very cool. All right.
Food forest permaculture. Luke doesn't like French fries anymore.
Kim Petoni says, from a to-be mommy's perspective, outsider's perspective, he looks great. He's got great color, and he seems a lot perkier.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you very much.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, so Kim has a daughter who has a tube. I don't know if you picked up on that.
Oh, and Food Forest Permaculture wants to know, how is his French fry stash?
Yeah, the French fry thing, it's weird. For how many years did he eat French fries? 10 years.
Yeah, McDonald's were like, hi, guys.
Yeah, they knew us. We didn't really like that he liked McDonald's French fries, but he also didn't like much of anything, so he was eating. His main calorie source for a long time was the French fries, but we would give him loads of vitamins and minerals and fiber supplement, all kinds of stuff to help supplement, because we knew he wasn't really getting a good diet. And one of the benefits now with the tube is that his diet can be as varied as we want it to be. Now he still gets a main, his main food source is a formula. It's called Kate Farms. Did you hear that, Kate? He's eating Kate Farms. That's I
have one, but I didn't know I was making special food.
That's right. Well, you are, because that's what Luke gets. And so that's his main food source. And then we still give him some of the vitamins and minerals and things. But the advantage now is that most of that can go through the tube. And it doesn't matter what he likes. He gets it. So
yeah, like he has to have prune juice every day. And that way he doesn't have to drink it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to drink the prune juice, but his body needs that. Some of us older guys and gals know we're talking. All right, I'll stop. I can't do anything with her in the show. So Luke's feeding tube is going well. Luke overall is doing great, and it is exciting to see him sort of perking up after what seemed like forever when he was just down between the 2 or 3 bouts of pneumonia.
3, January, December, and April.
That's right. Yeah, so January, 3 bouts of pneumonia, 3 times in the hospital, and each time really set him back. The first time set him way back. We lost a lot of just life progress that we had made. So, yeah. Independence. We lost a lot of independence. He became more dependent, more needy on certain things, and we're working on getting some of that back.
Yes, he's still on asthma treatments.
Yes.
And his favorite food is Baskin-Robbins mint chocolate chip ice cream. And lucky for us, our grocery store carries it.
They carry it, and it was on sale the other day. And
it was on sale and a coupon. So
that's right.
I got everything, every container they had.
We brought home, I don't know, 20 of those things?
Maybe. I think so.
It was a lot. I don't know if it was 20.
I think they only had 10, so I bought every one.
Well, it seemed like, okay. It seemed like a bunch more than that. But anyway, we got a lot of ice cream, and that's his pleasure food. That's his #1 pleasure food. That and the salmon patties. I make salmon patties, and he eats salmon patties and or both. Well, that's what and or means. Ice cream daily.
Wonderful.
But he only gets a little bit of food by mouth.
Adriana says, ice cream party at Kirby's.
Yeah.
With sprinkles.
With sprinkles, that's right. Green ice cream with sprinkles.
So, Food Forest Permaculture says something about green juice.
Dolly Perry wants to know if he's still on asthma treatments.
Yes.
Look up green juice. Food Forest Permaculture, if you have details on a certain juice or a certain anything and want to send that into a comment or email or whatever, let us know. That way we can take a look at that.
And my going to send it to me, I'll send it to you.
Yes. Kate is part of my spam filter.
Ron Woodruff says Bluebell is a food group. I got to introduce my husband to Bluebell this week.
Are you serious?
He didn't grow up in Texas. He hasn't spent much time in Texas. And so he wanted ice cream, so I went to the store and got Bluebell, and he decided he likes it.
That's awesome.
What flavor?
I put some of my mango strawberry preserves on top of it, and he thought that was awesome.
Yeah. So is it just been with the preserves on top, or?
That's what it is this time, but I've got all kinds of other plans for him.
Yeah. Get him hooked. All right. Now, you guys can ask questions to Mamakirbs. It doesn't have to be about Luke. It can be about the farm, the homestead, things from her perspective. A lot of the animal care between she and my daughter, they take care of a lot of that. So if you want to ask about the tortoises or the silkies or the ducks or the goats or the horses or any of those things, it's she would have some good answers.
I think I'd like to talk to Kimberly sometime.
Yeah. Egg-eating chickens.
I have egg-eating macaws.
Oh, yeah.
My macaws love eggs.
I'll bet they do.
And they especially like it when I dehydrate them.
Oh, so it's like a crunchy snack.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. We have one hen in particular that is very guilty, and we know who she is. Yet she's still in the coop.
Oh, I know.
I'm not sure why, but she's still there. Because we're soft. We're too easy.
So, the one thing that bothers me the most about her is that when my silkies are sitting on eggs and the door is open, she'll go in there and eat the eggs that she's waiting.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm really angry. I'm like, you're going in the pot.
It's a good thing for her we're vegetarians now. So yeah, I think that was part of my daughter's goal, was to convince us to become vegetarians so that she didn't have to see any of the animals go into the stew pot anymore. But yeah, we know that one chicken, and we still see the broken. See, Kim says you can talk to her anytime.
Great.
Yeah, so egg-eating chickens. Somebody asked me in a recent comment, how do I handle egg-eating chickens? And quite honestly, for the most part, we haven't had a serious problem. Now, any chicken will eat an egg that's broken, but not too many chickens, at least in our experience, will actually break the egg to eat it.
We have rehomed some.
We have, yes, that's right. We have, some of them have left the farm. I don't think any of them have gone into the stew pot for that reason.
Never a hen.
Never a hen. We had a few roosters early on that went into the stew pot. But yeah, the egg-eating hens, there's only been a few.
I think you're more frustrated by the ones that fly over the fence and get in the garden and eat your tomatoes.
Yeah. You know, they can eat their eggs. I just don't want them eating my tomatoes. And they jump. In tomato season, when I have beautiful, big, red tomatoes that are almost ready to harvest, like they're a day away, and then a couple of guilty hens jump in there and just eat half. They leave half a big, beautiful red tomato hanging on the vine.
Remember the year they would jump on your peach tree and sit on the branch and eat your peaches?
Yes. Yeah, I have a video about that, actually. They would sit in my peach tree and nectarines and eat the fruit half. You know, they never... See, this is... I feel like if you're going to eat it, just eat the whole thing. Just have your meal and be done. But no, they eat half the fruit or a little portion of the fruit and jump to a next one. So all of them have little holes in them.
And a raccoon only eats the brain. It eats all that meat.
Exactly.
Those are called peck parts.
Peck parts?
Peck parts. They're the parts that got pecked by the birds. You just cut that off and use the rest of it.
Well, we did. In the case of the peaches and nectarines, we absolutely did just cut that off and use the rest. The tomatoes usually are damaged way beyond, so I just take it and throw it in the yard and let them finish it off.
I cut the peck parts out of all my pears.
Oh, yeah.
Because my pears get a lot of pecks from the all the wild birds in the neighborhood.
But when you have a dead chicken that brain's gone, that's not called a peck part
No.
anymore, right?
No. when a chicken has just a missing head, we're not going to go pick up and
No, you don't have to use that peck part. You can just throw that one away.
Thanks.
Oh, you got another squirrel alert.
What? Oh my goodness!
Rotelli?
Squirrel. Let me scroll up so I can see the squirrel. Oh my goodness! $14.99 for the ice cream fund. So that's $14.99. That's 3 containers. They're about $5 a piece.
No, they're $3.50.
Oh, cheaper than I thought. So that's maybe 4 or 5.
Poor sweetie.
I don't do public math. Okay. Thank you very much, Mary Rotelli, for the squirrel, the super chat, for the ice cream fund. You are very kind. I truly do appreciate that. Yeah, YouTube does take their portion.
I'm not doing that math.
Yeah. That's right. It's not that many things of ice cream because I forgot YouTube takes their 30%.
And when you're not monetized, they can have they can have 100% of what I earn.
Yeah. And
they already do.
My monetization lately, just to follow that thought squirrel, is a little messed up because the what do they call it? The network, MCN, multi-channel network. They dropped everyone on YouTube, so I am no longer part of a network. It's just me working with AdSense through YouTube. So it's a little different, and I'm in transition right now, so some things are a little messed up. All right. Yeah. Drake says her math is off many times too. Hey, I tell people at work sometimes, because as a designer, working with engineers, working with software design engineer, all the developers and whatever that I have to work with, a lot of those guys and gals are really, really smart with math. I mean, they can do all kinds of stuff in their head and actually be right. I don't do public math. It doesn't work out generally too well for me. When I do math, pen and paper or a calculator, or it doesn't work.
Oh, We have a special question for you guys.
Okay.
Adriana Martinez says the last question before she has to leave. 22 years of marriage with life, work, and just the chaos of life sometimes. What advice can you give to others?
All right, Adriana. Should have seen that one coming. So Adriana was here chatting with us yesterday, and she was asking, so what's the advice? 22 years, what's the advice? I should have thought about that question so we could answer that. So my advice. Now, just so you know, a lot of people will say, happy wife, happy life. I don't really fully subscribe to that. I do my best to make Mamakirbs happy, but it's not all about making her happy, hoping everything goes well. It truly, I feel like it is open communication, which is very difficult sometimes because we as people, and especially I know I do, she does, tend to hold some things in, but communication and trying not to hold on to things too long. Like holding on, you may have heard, there's actually even scripture, I won't quote because I can't, but there's a lot of people will tell you, don't let the sun set on your anger or something like that. Don't go to bed angry. Don't let things, resolve things before they go too far. And we're not always perfect about that. In fact, we're very imperfect about that. But generally, trying to just work it out, say something, get it out there. We're very, very imperfect. But the fact that I think we both appreciate each other and want things to work, that's a very important key, is you have to want it. And I do want to spend the rest of my life with her, and I hope that's the same. You want, thank you. On camera, she said it. So just respecting each other and wanting to be with each other, and choosing, your personality, your tools, your voice to work those things out, so that you don't let things go on and turn into something way bigger than what it was in the first place. Was that fair?
Mm-hmm.
I did good?
You did really good.
Okay.
I just think you're cute, that's all.
Oh. Well, that's one of the reasons we still have one of the dogs we have. It's a good thing he's cute, or he wouldn't be around. So maybe I got a little something going for me there. I don't know.
And you're my best friend.
Mm-hmm. Even though I'm getting a little gray and chubby in the middle.
I am too.
We now pronounce you partners of life.
Sweet.
That's green shell.
Sweet. Thank you. Partners of life.
Well, good seeing everybody.
Oh, she's out.
Bye.
Okay. All right, Kate.
Yes.
Back on us.
Okay.
All right, let me...
As long as it's us and not me.
Well, occasionally I have to run out of the screen.
Yeah, and then I stutter all over myself until you get back.
I think that's fun, and I might do that just for fun again occasionally. Just leave and leave it to Kate.
Oh, gee.
With no warning.
By the way, Tree says that the mix for a long marriage is God, faith, and patience.
Yeah. Oh, patience is a big, yeah. Anytime not you, but an individual wants something so much that they can't wait for it, chances are that's not going to work out really well.
Right.
Waiting for things, that's a tough lesson to learn. Mm-hmm. But waiting is a valuable skill. You learn to wait. Learn to set goals. Learn to want something, but wait. And that's a tough one. So I will take this opportunity. Wow, it's already almost 50 minutes. Mm-hmm. Holy moly, we've had a good time this morning.
Did you do an update on the horses?
I did not do an update on the horses yet.
Several people have asked.
Okay, so the horses, you can maybe see them in the background there. Nope, too far back. Well, you can sort of see them back there. There's Teo and Maggie are in the barn right now. Did you feed them?
Not yet. Do you want me to pull one out?
Oh, you want to bring one up here just so we can see them? That would be great.
Who does the chat want to come up and visit?
Okay. Yep. The Espen effect. So, my daughter in her lovely pink jammas It's going to go get one of the horses. So, quickly, Maggie or Teo? Who do you want to see? I'll give, let's see who the first comment is. Maggie or Teo?
Maggie.
Is that who someone said?
No, that's who I vote
Kate
for.
said. Cornhole. Maggie. Okay, so Maggie it is. Bring Maggie up. All right. So the horses are doing great. They really are. They're beautiful. Actually, my daughter is doing some lessons with some young people who want to learn how to ride and how to care for horses. So she's working with them very professionally, I might say. She's doing a beautiful job. At first, I was a little nervous because putting her out there with people who didn't know horses, it was a little nerve-wracking, but she's doing a great job. So that is a lot of fun to watch. And so cornhole. Oh man, I meant for Mamakirbs to throw some of these. All right, let's see if I can hit a kitten. There's a black cat right there. All right, cornhole. We're gonna start with a stripe, then we'll do a star over my left shoulder here. That was embarrassing. Where am I throwing this? All right, I gotta... This is the worst morning ever. Okay. Yeah, we had a little problem there. All right, I don't know, I hit the board last time right when it started to buffer. I can't throw over my left shoulder. This is really embarrassing.
You're going to have to practice some more.
Yay, I hit the board. Yes. And I'm all out of... Oh, that was the worst. You guys can just ignore that whole last couple minutes because that was terrible. That was terrible. And I do want to say before we go away, we have 7 minutes before our hour is up. Not that it has to be an hour, but that's generally what we're going for these days. That Greenstock Gardens is a wonderful company with a wonderful product, and they have new lower prices. Yes, and there's more. Let's see, I had to do that. It sounds like a infomercial. But truly, and I'm going to be posting some of those new lower prices in the family group today. That's the Facebook group. They have recently lowered their manufacturing costs, so they're passing those savings on to the customers. The Greenstock Garden system is now more inexpensive, less money. You're going to pay less. There's Maggie.
There's Maggie. Hi, precious
So go
girl.
check out the Greenstock
Hi,
Gardens
how you
using
doing?
the link that I can't. I have no thoughts right now. I have too many thoughts right now. We Tree Bonsai often puts up links to those affiliates, like the Greenstock. I'm just gonna stop talking. I can't keep my thoughts straight. Hey Maggie, how you doing? I don't have a carrot. I don't have anything.
Sure you do.
Oh, I do. I'll bet she would love this. Let me clean her boogers off of my hands.
That's why I pat the top of her nose.
Nice. So
Horsey boogers are
another
icky.
another plug here is for Simply Clean Foods. Go to simplycleanfoods.net and use the password or the coupon code Daddykirbs, DADDYKIRBS, if you didn't already know. And you can get 10% off of the freeze-dried foods. They have strawberries, bananas, and coffee, and whatever else they have. But they taste super duper, super duper, super duper. That was 3 super dupers. Good. Would you like one, Kate?
Thank you.
You want one, sweet?
Oh yeah, I love these.
Oh, these are amazing. The strawberries, actually the strawberries and bananas are amazing. I got these out for Maggie, but I don't
They're
know.
as good as what I canned today or yesterday.
See?
They're really good.
They are as good as what Kate makes. It's got to be amazing. All right. So I think I'm going to put a couple in my hand here. I really want to just eat it, but I'll give it to Maggie.
I'm not sure how Maggie feels about strawberries, so we'll see.
All right. She hasn't had the strawberries? Or she has? Okay, Maggie. By the way, when you're feeding a horse, you got to keep your hand flat or they might nip your fingertips.
And your thumb in.
Keep your thumb in.
She's missing it because the smell is all down on the tips of your fingers. There you go.
Come on, what are you doing?
Oops, dropped
Maybe
it.
she doesn't like strawberries.
I don't think so. She's not really attempting it.
Not my thumb. That's why you keep your thumb in. All right. So she didn't want the strawberry. $10 and I eat this. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not eating that. We'll give that to a duck or a chicken or Espen if he's not looking. But he's in Norway, so I can't give it to him.
In the mail.
I'll put it in the mail. I'll send it to Norway in the mail, and then we'll give him $10 to eat it on camera. Not really. I don't do that to my kids. Not on camera. All right. Thanks, Maggie, for hanging out. I wish I had some of the bananas. I think she liked those. She did like the bananas. Isn't she beautiful?
She is. She's a good horse.
Isn't that a...
Pony that says a true horse person would eat it.
Yeah. Well, perhaps I am not a true horse person, or a true beekeeper, or a true homesteader, or a true duck keeper, or true anything, because I get a lot of comments online telling me how I don't do it right. So, hey, that's all right.
A true Daddykirbs does his own thing.
I like that. A true Daddykirbs does his own thing.
That's right.
And I'm the only Daddykirbs I know.
The only one I know, too.
There may be another. You know what? There is another one, and I'll tell you why I know there's another one. Way back, gosh, how many years ago with this? I never really used Snapchat. I don't even like the app, but my kids were using Snapchat, and I got strawberry in my teeth. I thought, well, I will get on Snapchat so I can hang out with my kids, and I went to sign up for Snapchat, and I went to register my name, Daddykirbs, and it was already taken on Snapchat. So if you go to Snapchat and you see Daddykirbs, it's not me. And yeah, so that instantly discouraged me from wanting to sign up, because if I can't have Daddykirbs, I can't do it. So anyway, funny story. That went away. Do people even still use Snapchat? I don't know. Okay, all right, here we go. Last minute. I did mention the Simply Green Foods. Thank you very much for providing. They did send me this bag and several bags to try out, to show to you guys. And they are amazing. So simplycleanfoods.net. Use the coupon code Daddykirbs to get your 10% off. Also, go to the green stock link provided by We Tree Bonsai and look at their new lower prices. I think they're online now. If not, they will be in the family group. I'm going to be posting those today. As soon as I make a nice post in the family group, you guys get things maybe a little earlier, because I'm not so worried about making it all super duper pretty. But once I make a really nice post, I will also put that on my Facebook group, not group, but my Facebook page. And yeah, so you shop and get your up to $10 off, and new lower prices, and a great gardening vertical growing system. And I'm wearing the shirt again today. This is the Green Stock Gardens shirt. Check them out. It's amazing. So also thank you once again to my patrons, my Patreon patrons, who are sharing the love with me every month, helping me to continue producing this show. And let's see, Green Shell says, I have a bunch of carrots to harvest and was thinking of a carrot jam. Wow, that's amazing. I would never have thought of a carrot jam. You're not talking about music, right? Carrot jam, is that a band?
No, he and I are talking about making carrot jam, because I got that 50 pounds of carrots last month, and he's got a bunch to harvest.
I have never heard of carrot jam.
I hadn't either, but if I can't find a recipe, I'm going to do some experimenting and see, because they're so sweet. Naturally,
Yeah.
they would make a great jam.
Yeah, just...
You could put it on top of carrot cake.
Ooh. I don't eat very many sweets, but there are occasions when I will eat carrot cake. It's good stuff. I think we're about out of time. I have had a blast. You guys are amazing. You truly do make this journey a lot more fun. Here on the Daddykirbs farm, we believe that everyone has a story. Pardon me. Everyone has a story, and every story counts. Thank you for being a part of my story today and allowing me to be a part of yours. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
I can't hit the button. Oh, there it is.